Hi everyone, Janie here, and today I'm going to be making 2 Christmas cards, and one of them is going to be a shaker card. So let me show you what I'm going to be using to make them. I'm going to be using this InLoveArts Shop Merry Christmas frame cutting die, and it has deer and Christmas trees and presents hanging down. And I wanted you to see that it doesn't cut out the image. What it does is it cuts the image into whatever cardstock or paper that you're using, which happens to be perfect when making a shaker card. And I'm using this gorgeous scrapbook paper called Sparkle that has so many beautiful papers in it. It's almost true to color, what you're seeing right there on the screen actually. It's kind of red with kind of gold and kind of beigey colors. But again, it's very pretty. And here's another one. This actually looks like somebody spilled a lot of sequins on here. And again, this is green, not true to color, what you see. But it looks like the sequins on the shaker bits from, oh yeah, let it slip my mind. This calls for confetti. And talking about this calls for confetti, I am also using some things from this calls for confetti, like these pre-made shaker pockets. Making shaker cards is so much easier with these. And I'm also using this calls for confetti shaker bits. And I thought I was going to use these Christmas shaker bits, but you'll see later in the video that I have a change of plan. And I'm also using this gold foil cardstock from Recollections. And as you can see in this picture here where I have all of my supplies ready for both cards, that I also have some glitter cardstock I'll be using. Okay, let's get started with card number 1, which will be the shaker card. So this is the shaker pocket, and it comes with tape around the edges. And with the tape side facing up, I'm folding up all of the edges, and they're scored, which makes it really easy to fold them up. In fact, everything about these shaker pockets are easy. And I have my scrapbook paper cut to fit perfectly inside that area, and that's approximately 4 1/8 inch by 5 3/8 inch. Oh, and an important thing is that there is a protective covering over the front of that pocket that needs to be removed. And then once I've done that, I'm turning it back over and placing my scrapbook paper on the inside, making sure that it's centered. And then I'm removing the backing from the double-sided tape and pressing that onto the back side of the scrapbook paper. And when doing this, you only seal off 3 sides and leave the 4th side open to pour your shaker bits in. I like to use a fabric softener sheet to wipe down the inside of the shaker pocket to help reduce the static so the shaker bits won't cling to the acetate. And now it's time to do some die cutting. And of course, I'm using that InLoveArts cutting die and the gold foil cardstock and putting that through my Sizzix Big Shot Switch Plus that has that awesome reverse button that I love so much. And of course, I love to show you how beautifully it cuts. But I'm taking my time with this one because of the delicate pieces that I don't want to tear. But thankfully, it all came out beautifully. To attach that die cut piece to the front of the shaker pocket, I'm using a combination of Beacon's 3-in-1 glue around the edges, so I have some wiggle room to get it straight, and the spray adhesive to cover the entire back, because it's just what I like to do to make sure that the smaller, more delicate areas adhere completely. And then I cut a frame from green glitter cardstock using these 2 rectangle dies, and that will leave me with the centerpiece to use on another card sometime. And I'm trying to give you a better look at the color because it looks a lot darker than it really is, and you'll see that in the pictures later. But anyways, that frame is going on top of the gold foil cardstock. Okay, so I added all of these layers to the front of the shaker pocket before I put the shaker bits in so that I could lay it flat, because once the bits go in, it's going to be a little bit lumpy. Also, I had said that I was going to use these shaker bits from This Calls for Confetti, but I changed my mind. So these are still from This Calls for Confetti. And these are their It's All About the Patty because they are for St. Patrick's Day. But it's green and gold, and this card is green and gold. And I thought that these shaker bits might look better. So just my thoughts, because these are kind of playful looking, and I thought this was maybe a little bit more elegant. So that's what I'm going to do. And when adding the shaker bits, I'll be able to look and go, is that how much I want? More, less? We'll see. So I just open it up just like that. Just kind of push on the sides, open it up, same as I'm doing with this. And I'll sprinkle some in, and I'll sprinkle a little bit more in. And this is where I get to look at it. And I can fold that over because the tape is still on it, so I haven't removed the layer. But I can do this and shake it and go, is that how much I want? And actually it is, because like right now you can't see it down here in the bottom really, but I didn't want to pile too much in, and when I shake it, I think it looks like it has just the right amount. And I know that's always hard to see on camera because the lights hit, you know, the acetate and everything, but I think I've got the right amount in there. But I'll tell you what, I might add a tiny bit more. I didn't want to use all of these because I wanted to save them for St. Patrick's Day, but there we go. I'll put a little bit more in. Again, you still can't see it until you shake it, okay? But I've decided that I've got in the amount that I want, and I really do love these shaker bits better than what I was going to use. They really seem to blend well with the, let me hold it up really close there. The paper already looks like it has shaker bits on it. And so no matter what, it's going to look like there are shaker bits everywhere. But there you go. Okay, so with that done, I'm just going to remove that. And I'm going to push this down like so. And now it is sealed completely. And there is the card topper ready to go on the card. Plus, I kind of smudged it right here. And as any good crafter, I'm going to cover it up. So I'm going to cover it up with a bow once I get it on the card, and you know what? I think it looks perfect that way. I'm using a pre-made A2 size card base, and I'll be using my Beacon 3-in-1 to glue this onto the card base. To make sure everything fully adheres, I'm laying this heavy acrylic block on the back side for a few minutes, and then I am gluing on that little green bow that I made to cover up the smudge, and nobody will know that it's there. And then I decided that I wanted to add Merry Christmas to the front of the card, and I cut that from the same green glitter cardstock, and here is the finished card. Okay, card number 2 is going to go really quick. Here's what I'm using for this card, and showing that I used a cutting die to cut the center out of the gold foil cardstock so that it doesn't show through the opening of the die cut. And now I'm just gluing those layers onto the card base, and I decided to add a little red bow to the top because I like the way that it looked on the other card, and I also decided to add the Merry Christmas die cut from the gold foil cardstock. And this is the finished card, and I think that that paper I used for the background makes it look like it's a shaker card even though it's not. And here are some nice close-up pictures so that you can get a better look. I'm really happy with how they turned out, and I hope you like them too. And I hope that they've given you some ideas of your own for making Christmas cards this year. Below in the description box, you'll find links to the products that I used, as well as a 25% off discount code to InLoveArts should you decide to shop there. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.